I'm actually excited for this because this really gives an insight into how I think about options, and I think that can really help people manage trades if they don't necessarily go their way right after the event. So if you're missing this, I usually don't rebroadcast these on. Oh, I forgot to take off my glare protective eyewear. Great, by the way, if you're a trader and you're in front of the computer all day. They really do an amazing job of reducing eye strain. Anyway, so the Tesla trade. The play I had on initially, and this all started a couple of weeks ago, I was short the 195 puts and long the 230, 260 call spread in the monthly. Those are currently now 15 DTE. The week after, I sold 205 puts that I wound up closing successfully. So that netted, I think, just under about $3 in premium on about an $8 outlay on the put side, and then the call side reduced it even further. I subsequently have rolled down the calls to a 230, 245 call spread, currently 15 DTE. Unfortunately, those are now, after the IV crush and the move down in stock, is trading at a bit of a loss. If you net out the entire trade, it's roughly a scratch if you want to close it here, because there's still premium left into those options. So that is really option one here. If you want to just kind of close it, if you follow this along with me, you can close it basically for a scratch. I probably am not going to just close it. My thinking here is that there are a few other options. One is if you want to stay in this series, you can roll the 245s down to the 240s, which is really just a incremental premium play. You collect roughly, I wouldn't do it for anything less than about 60 cents. I think you can get 65. I saw it before. But what I'm thinking more is how to extend the play, because Tesla put up a bad quarter, right? And all, I mean, their loss was doubled. I like that their cash burn was a little less, and I know that the short interest and my reasoning for being in the stock is still there. So what I'm thinking now is that we can do something a little bit more with this. Either I may, for the moment, I haven't done anything yet. I want to kind of see. It's still the earnings day, and there's still potential for a very large move. You know what I say. I always say stocks that don't go down on bad numbers tend to rally. So I'm still thinking that I know that there's still a huge short interest in that, and these shorts have to start getting disappointed soon, because the stock isn't going down on a bad quarter. What more is going to be their catalyst? Elon Musk has said that they might do a secondary, but that could be in 2016. So they have months and months that they're going to have to kind of sit in the stock. We're at a pretty critical level. So what could be done here, like I said, if you want to incrementally and stay in the same time frame, you can lower those 245s to 240s, and that's in the 15 DT, or we can go out further into September and maybe even roll for a credit. As crazy as that sounds, we get an extended lease on life. We could double up our time and not have to pay for it. I always love that. It's very exciting to me when I can extend my trade. I mean, it doesn't always work, but at least you've given yourself an opportunity. So I'm into create rolling order here, and I'm looking into September, and I'm first and foremost eyeing 916. That's 36 DTE. So if we go into that and we roll down, instead of, if you did it straight, it would be an 80 cent. Sorry, it's changing. 87 to 90 cent debit. No fan of paying up on a trade like this anymore. I'm going to roll down the 245s to 240, and I'm actually being paid to extend the life of the trade here. I'm reducing my my upside option by $5. But I can now get a 10 to 12 cent credit to extend the trade, and I'm now, instead of 15 DTE, out into 36 DTE. Let's take a look at that series first. I kind of just eyeballed it. I actually didn't, I was playing around with this a little earlier, but I kind of just eyeballed that probably being the right series. Let's see. The deltas, I usually like to have it about double the high strike as opposed to the low strike. This is a little bit under that. If you want to do, let's see, what it would be 2 September. I'm just curious to see that. You also have to worry about if if the option roll, if you get the move, you don't want to be jammed up in that spread. You want to be able to make the money here. So I'm taking a look at the 2 September. That's 29 DTE. That is looking a little. That looks good also. Actually, that's almost double in terms of the options, and you could get about a 25-cent net credit for that. So you can now double the life of the trade and extend the options play and not have to pay any more for it. So that's what I'm thinking. So the motions, the kind of the golf swing here would be to create a rolling order, and this is considered, it just says vert roll in toss. This is considered a diagonal roll because you're going further out, and you're also now reducing your upper strike to pay for it. So that's what I'm thinking here. I haven't executed the trade yet. I want to wait a little bit again. I want to see if Tesla can rally, but at some point today or tomorrow, I will likely be doing something with this trade, and it'll be one of those series. So here are your. Are you thinking 240 by? Somebody just asked, am I thinking 240 by September? It's possible. That is really the next upper resistance point on the map, and you'd still have that $10 spread. What I'm really looking to do here, because I captured a lot of money on the short puts, is now not really lose money, and also on the roll down on the call. So if this trade, if I left it as is and it was a zero, instead of about an $8 outlay, it would wind up being about a $3 outlay. So I'm looking to kind of make back that $3 here, and the trade either be profitable or at least a scratch. I think it has a very high potential for still being profitable, again, because I said the stock reported a terrible quarter, so to speak. Although I don't think that the quarter was as bad as the absolute numbers, what they make and what they don't make, whether they lost 56 cents or $1.01 or whatever. Their delivery expectations are good, and their cash burn is much less than, it's about a third less of what was expected, which to me is very positive. I don't necessarily think that Tesla, I can't tell you which way it's going to go here. Just I know this, that the stock is not down on quote-unquote bad numbers, and it has a high short interest. So my thinking is that it will extend higher. It's also got some seasonality on its side, believe it or not. The summer tends to be when Tesla rallies. I've been thinking it could get back up to even as high as 265. I don't know that that's going to be the case, but I do know that I have the potential here to extend my trade at no cost with a small credit, actually, and have the ability to make the money either back and then some on those calls, and maybe along the way also sell some sub-200 puts. Tesla showed us where the support is at the 200 MA. When it initially dumped after hours, it stopped at 216. I think that area, quote-unquote, will find buyers again because we now saw the price that people are willing to pay. So I think that you can probably sell some out of the money puts to fund this even further and reduce the cost of that call spread even further. So that's what I'm looking to do over the next, either today or the next few sessions. Anyhow, I hope that helped. If there's any questions on that, please message me. You could DM me on Twitter. My handle is @JustinPulitzer. Actually, it would be helpful as well as if you have something that's very general, not so much individually specific, if the question was asked on the stream, particularly if it relates to this, because I'm sure other people who maybe don't want to ask might have the same question. Anyhow, that's my story. That's how I'm trading these Tesla options. I hope that helped. And this strategy, by the way, can be used going forward for tons of other plays. This is how you either make more money or generate alpha or lose less on trades that don't necessarily go your way. Anyhow, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little impromptu session. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your week. Cheers.